Hey everyone! Today, I'm going to be comparing the Gemilai G3007L and the HiBREW H10 Plus. This has been one of the most requested comparisons in the comments of my previous reviews on these machines, so here it is. But let me tell you up front, it's not as simple as one being outright better than the other. Each has its strengths and weaknesses, depending on what you're looking for in an espresso machine. First off, let's talk about design and build quality. The Gemilai machine definitely has more weight to it. You can feel that sturdy stainless steel exterior, which feels thick and durable. However, it's also noticeably larger than the H10 Plus, both in height and overall size. It comes in 3 colors according to the official site, but it seems like the white and gray versions are often out of stock. Still, the stainless steel look is a classic and gives off that premium vibe. On the other hand, the HiBREW H10 Plus is a lot more compact. It's much lighter too. I could lift it easily with one hand. It also has a stainless steel exterior, but it feels a bit thinner. And there's a bit more plastic in the overall construction, such as the base and the back of the machine. Currently, it's only available in white, which is actually quite stylish if you're into a modern, sleek aesthetic instead of the traditional stainless steel look. In terms of usability, the Gemilai's interface is pretty straightforward with just 3 buttons. Most settings are controlled via the plus and minus buttons on the display screen. The HiBREW H10 Plus, though, has 4 buttons, and its settings require button combinations, which means you'll probably need to refer to the manual the first few times you use it. That said, both machines come with an LCD display that shows the current temperature and various other settings, which makes them much easier to use compared to other entry-level machines that rely solely on buttons. Gemilai has placed the steam knob right on the front, which makes it very convenient. HiBREW opts for a lever on the side made of wood and alloy. I think it looks quite nice and feels good to use. Definitely adds a bit of character. Both machines come with sufficiently large drip trays, made with a stainless steel lid and a plastic container. The H10 Plus drip tray is actually an upgrade over the previous H10A model, making it even easier to use. The water tank capacity of both machines is around 1.8 liter, which is sufficient to avoid frequent refills. Both machines have a pressure gauge, but the Gemilai has it positioned on the lower left side, which I personally find less convenient than the central placement on the HiBREW. Both gauges provide real-time pressure readings, which is great for getting a sense of how the extraction is going. As for the group head, the Gemilai features a stainless steel group head that gets quite hot after the boiler heats up. A nice touch if you want to preheat the portafilter. The HiBREW, on the other hand, uses a heat-resistant plastic group head. This type of material is common in entry-level machines, but I've seen some comments from users expressing concerns about durability and potential health issues. One thing I really like about the Gemilai is the Barista Light. It's super handy for seeing the extraction process clearly, a nice feature that makes it look much better at night. Now let's take a look at the accessories that come with each machine. First, both machines use a 58mm portafilter. This commercial size is generally considered better for extraction, though that's not always the case. At the very least, it gives you the flexibility to choose from a wide range of puck prep tools in this size. The Gemilai, however, has better compatibility since it works with all E61 portafilters, meaning you have a lot of options if you want to get a bottomless portafilter. The HiBREW, on the other hand, uses a 3-ear design, which limits you to their accessories. I've seen many people ask where to get a suitable bottomless portafilter for the HiBREW. They do sell it on their official site, but the choices are far fewer. The accessories included with the Gemilai are fairly basic compared to the HiBREW. You get a solid tamper made of plastic and metal, a single shot basket, a blind disc for cleaning, and a brush. However, there's no milk jug included, so you'll need to buy one separately. HiBREW's accessories look more premium and are more comprehensive. The portafilter has a solid wood handle, and the tamper comes with a stainless steel base with a spiral design and a wooden handle. Plus you get a good quality milk jug, so there's no need to purchase one separately. They also include a pressurized basket, which I don't personally use, but it's a great option for anyone using pre-ground coffee instead of an espresso grinder. These accessories definitely add value to the HiBREW package. Now let's discuss the internal design, the most important part of any semi-automatic espresso machine. Both machines are equipped with a vibration pump, likely from the Italian brand Oca. The Gemilai's pump delivers up to 15 bars of pressure, while the HiBREW even reaches 20 bars. High pump pressure is common for entry-level machines. However, it's worth mentioning that more pressure isn't always better. A lot of people have asked whether there's an OPV to adjust the pump's maximum pressure. Adjusting it can be a bit challenging since the OPV is located deep inside, making it hard to access. Regarding the heating system, this Gemilai machine is a single boiler machine, but also features an independent thermoblock for steaming. This dual heating design allows you to steam milk immediately after brewing without having to wait. However, since the internal pipelines are not separate, you can't brew and steam simultaneously like you could with a heat exchanger or dual boiler machine. The large boiler also helps maintain more stable brew temperatures. The HiBREW H10 Plus uses a single thermoblock system, meaning you'll need to wait for the temperature to rise to steaming level after brewing your shot. After steaming, you also need to let the machine cool down to brew temperature before starting the next shot. It does have automatic temp surfing, so you don't need to guess the temperature, but it does add some time to the process. If you often make multiple drinks in a row, the Gemilai is the better choice. But if you're just making one cup, the H10 Plus is more than enough. Both machines are equipped with a PID controller, which allows precise temperature adjustments and helps keep the temperature stable during extraction. Additionally, both have a 3-way solenoid valve that automatically releases pressure and excess water from the group head into the drip tray after brewing. This allows you to remove the portafilter right away and get ready for your next shot. Both machines also feature pre-infusion. Before high-pressure extraction starts, a low-pressure pre-wetting of the puck takes place, which helps reduce the risk of channeling and promotes a more even extraction. However, the Gemilai's pre-infusion is lacking compared to the HiBREW. The pre-infusion on the Gemilai doesn't fully saturate the coffee grounds. You can set the duration, but it only affects the waiting time, not the water volume. I've heard there's an upgraded version that addresses this issue and includes an adjustable OPV, although I haven't had the chance to test it yet. On the HiBREW, the pre-infusion time actually controls the flow of water, allowing 5 to 10 seconds of real water saturation, which is more effective. Another factor to consider is the warm-up time. As mentioned earlier, the G3007L is a single boiler machine, and it does take a bit longer to heat up. While the indicator light stops flashing after about 2 minutes, I usually give it a full 10 to 15 minutes to properly preheat and reach a stable temperature. Once it's fully warmed up, the boiler provides very stable temperatures, and you can steam milk immediately without waiting, which saves some time. If you have enough time to let the machine fully preheat, the Gemilai is the better option. In contrast, the HiBREW heats up much faster, taking just about 40 seconds. If you're in a rush in the morning, the HiBREW might suit your needs better. Both machines also offer some customizable settings. On the Gemilai, you can adjust the brewing temperature and pre-infusion time, as well as preset the shot volume, or use it manually. There's also a hidden feature where you can adjust the flow rate by turning a screw underneath, allowing for pressure profiling. The HiBREW, on the other hand, provides more customization options. You can set 3 different pressure levels, which somewhat makes up for the lack of an OPV adjustment. You can also set the brewing temperature, steaming temperature, and pre-infusion duration, and switch between Celsius and Fahrenheit. There's even a unique 25 degrees Celsius cold brew espresso setting. The additional settings on the HiBREW make it more fun for experimenting and add more versatility to your home brewing experience. Now that we've compared their features and designs, let's make some coffee and compare the actual results. I used an 18 grams of espresso blend for both machines, dialed in and ground on the Alentia grinder. For puck prep, I used the MHW3 Bomber WDT tool and a calibrated tamper for more consistent and similar results. Both machines were set to brew at 95 degrees Celsius. It took about 27 seconds to yield 40 grams of espresso. The HiBREW took about the same time for a similar yield. Both machines extract at a higher than usual 12 bars, compared to the typical 9 bars, but these shots were really pleasant to drink, very smooth and sweet without harsh flavor. Both machines produced rich crema and a thick texture. The Gemilai seemed to bring out slightly higher acidity and sweetness, and the HiBREW's shot was more balanced overall. But these were very nice shots. Now let's look at steam performance. The Gemilai uses a 3-hole steam tip and features a dedicated thermoblock, which clearly provides more pressure. You can start steaming right after brewing without having to wait, and you can extract another shot immediately after steaming, making it great for back-to-back brewing. With the HiBREW, you need to wait for it to heat up to steaming temperature. It uses a single-hole steam tip, so it takes a bit longer to steam milk. However, both machines can produce velvety microfoam, which is great for practicing latte art and making a variety of milk-based drinks at home. The Gemilai G3007L is priced around $100 higher than the HiBREW. I have discount coupons available in the description, so make sure to check those out. In terms of overall quality, the G3007L, being a single boiler machine, does feel a bit more premium and provides more consistent results. However, your decision might come down to practical use, such as warm-up time and countertop space. The HiBREW offers more settings, better accessories, is more compact, heats up quicker, and is less expensive. So, which one suits your coffee routine better? Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, or if there's something I might have missed. Thanks for watching.